'Tis the season. Cheers, everyone. 'Tis the season for celebration. So today we're going to celebrate 5 tips for creating an unforgettable music birthday class. Making music lessons festively fun. Celebrate with the ultimate music birthday class. So you might wonder, why is that? Well, why not? Why not schedule a special group class for all of your students? Use the birthday activities inside the teachUMT.com membership to demonstrate a really special everybody's birthday class. I can't wait to share all of this with you. I'm Glory St. Germain from Ultimate Music Teachers Live Show. I'm your host, and I'm thrilled to be joined by the amazing Joanne Barker. Come on down.
Hello, everyone. It is a joy to be here, especially as we dive into the festive season, a time to add a little extra sparkle to our music lessons.
Yeah, absolutely, Joanne. And speaking of sparkle, did you know that December 1st is a very special day for us at Ultimate Music Theory?
I did know it's a special day. It's UMT's birthday, Ultimate Music Theory's birthday. How exciting. And what a better way to celebrate than with music, laughter, and some learning.
Yeah, exactly. So today, Joanne, we're going to share 5 tips to create the ultimate music birthday class filled with ideas, activities, games, songs, and a little dash of some funny humor. Are you ready?
Let's get this party started.
Woohoo! I can't wait. So tip number 1 for those of you taking notes, and I'd love it if you would share in the chat. Do you do themed parties in your music teaching studio? So just share a little yes or a little Y in the chat. Do you use themed parties for your music class? So tip number 1 is thematic transformation. So first up, transform your music space into a festive wonderland. You can use music themed decorations. You can get them at the dollar store, perhaps some music notes and some clefs hanging from the ceiling, whatever works for you in your music studio, but make it fun and make it festive.
You know, another neat idea is to have a composer of the day chair for one of those, for that one student, and maybe feature their thing, or maybe you're going to have them sit in that chair and rotate through playing it. Maybe they're going to introduce their piece to the rest of the class, anything like that, just to make it special. And you know, another cool idea for the decorations is you can do it as kind of like a practice challenge. You know, remember those good old paper chains we used to make?
Yes.
If you started that, like, you might need to start that a little earlier, but you could start it right now. How many scales can you play? And you get that many links, and then you could hang those all in your studio. Homemade stuff's really good too. And kids love crafting, don't they?
They totally love crafting, Joanne. So, lead us into tip number 2.
Well, tip number 2, we need to get some movement happening. And I love rhythm games myself. This week I was teaching 6-8 and we're all rocking back and forth. I told the boys in the classes, you're going to be going to school dances soon. This is a good lesson. You need to learn this. So, you could do something with like musical chairs, but with a twist, you could do it like, I don't know, when the music stops, you got to freeze and look around the room, and maybe you're going to hold up a card with a note value on it. And they have to name the note value. Something like that. It's just something to engage especially those kinesthetic learners who fidget and want to move. We need to keep them moving in class so that they're not just zoning out completely. So any ideas like that just makes the class so much more dynamic and fun.
Yeah, 100%. So tip number 2 was movement and rhythm. And I think that movement and learning combined, it really makes the class unforgettable, and it makes it more fun for students too. So tip number 3 is harmonious hands-on activities. So our third tip is let's get hands-on. And you kind of shared a little bit about this, Joanne, and just doing things that get us moving and also crafting and things like that. It's just fun. So the third tip is, how about creating a giant music staff on the floor? I know I used to have a rug in my music studio with the staff on it, and my students absolutely loved it. And they can step on the notes as they sing them. That can be a challenge as well, right?
So I'm laughing right now, Glory, because in my studio we play, well, I have a pet. His name is Chuck, and he's a rhinoceros. He's a little beanie bag. So we chuck the rhinoceros onto the floor staff. I made a floor staff, and you don't have to make a floor staff. It's as simple as in my one studio outside the door, there's tiles on the floor. So last night we were playing Sola Says, step on the line or step in the space. So you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to buy something. You could lay strings on the floor, and that could be, be careful of tripping hazards. You don't want things slippery, but you could just lay, a string on the floor, and that could be your floor staff. I find the kids, it's just another way for them to connect. And if you have a little beanie baby, like I've got this little naked mole rat, I wouldn't throw him because he's too precious. But my friend Chuck, and I introduce him, and it's so funny because the kids remember Chuck the rhinoceros, and they chuck them onto the floor staff. So just another way to correlate note naming and stuff, just makes it really fun. And you know what? Don't forget the Ultimate Music Theory birthday activities that are included in the membership. They're perfect for group lessons.
Yes, absolutely. And for those of you who want to check it out, you can simply go to teachumt.com. And we're also inside our coaching call coming up pretty soon. We're going to be talking all about the Ultimate Music Theory's upcoming birthday and all the activities that you can use. And it's so seasonal because, of course, UMT's birthday is December the 1st. So you can definitely use all of these in your classes. And it's especially perfect for group classes. So one of the things that I think we can really share too is brings us to tip number 4. So when we're thinking about tip number 4, it's celebratory sing-alongs and performances. So Joanne, what is tip number 4 going to lead us into?
Well, it's all about performance, right? You want to encourage students to prepare a festival piece, or maybe they add their own little twist to a birthday song, anything like that, just to give them the opportunity to play in front. Now, most people teach private lessons, so the students are all by themselves. I remember when I took private lessons, and you'd go to the festival or the recital, and you just kind of felt like this, because it's such a solitary thing. I happen to be a group teacher for 20 years now, so my students are quite used to playing in front of each other. So if you could even have, this 4:30 student here and the 5:30 student come a little bit earlier, and they perform for each other, or hold these group classes quarterly or whatever. It's kind of like a mini masterclass. Remember going to those? Let's make those fun. Give them an opportunity to play for each other. And then that sing-along aspect is so good because you want to work on the ear training too. So you're going to accomplish camaraderie and inspiration and some motivation and some ear training and some sight reading and rhythm activity and it's just such a great way to build a community within your studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And also when you're talking about a group sing-along, I think there's nothing like music to bring people together. One of the things we did too, and you're giving me all these ideas and reflecting. I remember a few years ago, one of our recitals, we were doing the cup song. So we were working on the rhythm aspect of the cup song. So we all got red cups, the paper cups you can get. And we did the rhythmic pattern of the cup song while singing Jingle Bells. And it's actually on our YouTube channel. So if you go to our YouTube channel, Ultimate Music Theory YouTube channel, and just put in Jingle Bells cup song, you'll see it there. It was a lot of fun. And I want you to make sure you watch all the way to the end to see who lost their cup at the end. So we'll see. And go ahead and share in the chat with us, what are you doing over the season to make it really fun? So it kind of brings us to tip number 5, Joanne. I know this one resonates with you. And tip number 5 is joyful jokes and musical merriment. So lastly, we want to sprinkle some humor in there. Sola and Tito like to have fun, right? So share musical themed jokes throughout the class. And laughter is always, the best medicine, as they say. And it is really a keynote in music education because we want to be having fun. It's more memorable if we get to share some fun. So Joanne, have you got a joke for us today?
Well, it might be a bit of a groaner, but it's the best I can do on short notice. It's, why did the musician get locked out of their classroom?
I don't know. Why did the musician get locked out of the classroom?
Because they had too many sharp keys. Best I could do.
That's a good one, Joanne. I got one for you too. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit?
Banana.
You know that one, Joanne.
You know that one. My students like that one a lot too, and I'm always carrying a banana to work every day. So Beethoven and I share something in common.
There you go. It's all about creating those memorable experiences, right? So what do you think about these tips, Joanne?
Well, these are just the beginning, and as you and I get talking, our brains go off, and like my brain's like a fruit salad. Let's just pick something out of that brain. All the ideas start flooding in, right? And I find that even how it happens in the middle of a class. One really good tip is to keep a notepad handy. So when you do have an idea, jot that idea down, because you might get inspiration in the middle of a lesson someday. So have that notepad ready, and always be aware that, these ideas are just going to come to you. No idea is a bad idea. You don't have to stay inside the box. Throw the box away. Let's have some fun with our students. Let's make the learning really meaningful. And if you want to dive deeper into learning more about everything that's available for this birthday party celebration that you can host at any time of the year, head to teachumt.com for more resources and courses and join our global community of music educators.
Yeah, we always have fun, Joanne. And let's make every music lesson an experience, because it really is enriching lives. And remember, it's not just about the notes, but it's about the joyous journey of being a music educator and also serving your students at the highest level. So, Joanne, time to wrap it up.
Well, until next time, let's keep the music playing and the laughter flowing.
I'm all about the laughter. We love to laugh, don't we? I think it's just fun. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, your music teaching fun will inspire and engage your students forever. So be sure to, share your party pictures inside the Ultimate Music Teachers Facebook group. Make sure to go to teachumt.com to join our Ultimate Music Teachers membership, and you'll get all the resources that you need. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Check it out, Joanne.
Bye.
Bye.